Orendal James OJ the Juice Simpson. But who is OJ Simpson? Why is he so famous? And why haven't we ever stopped hearing about him?
Wow, who's the celebrity?
I'll give you a hint. Famous football player, had a bit part in Roots, couple of great scenes in The Towering Inferno. Wait a minute.
Chuck Connors? He was a basketball player and he was in Roots.
Yeah, he wasn't in The Towering Inferno, you dumb beaver. What? I didn't say nothing.
Dad, who is it?
OJ Simpson. Who's that?
If you're a millennial like myself, then your first memory of OJ may be the same, his famous low-speed chase. But what some people may not know is that OJ was very famous before being tried for double murder. So I've comprised this video to give you insight into OJ's rough beginnings, his superstar peak, and his wicked fail. Stay tuned. OJ Simpson was born and raised in San Francisco, California. His parents separated in 1952, and Simpson was raised by his mother, a hospital administrator who died in 2001. He was abandoned by his father, Jimmy Lee Simpson, at age 4. His father was a bank custodian and a well-known drag queen in the San Francisco Bay Area. Later in life, his father announced that he was gay and later died of AIDS in 1986. Simpson grew up in San Francisco and lived with his family in local housing projects. In his early teenage years, he joined a street gang and was briefly incarcerated at the San Francisco Youth Guidance Center. His future wife, Marguerite, who was also his childhood sweetheart, described Simpson as a really awful person back then. After his third arrest, a meeting with a famous baseball star, Willie Mays, encouraged Simpson to avoid trouble and helped to persuade him to reform, leading him to join his high school's football team, the Galileo Lions. Simpson then chose University of Southern California, which he had admired as a young football fan, and he played running back for head coach John McKay in 1967 and 1968. Simpson led the nation in rushing yards both years. After Simpson went on to the NFL to play for the Buffalo Bills in 1969, Simpson demanded the largest contract in professional sports history, $650,000 over 5 years. His demands put this at a standstill with owner Ralph Wilson, who was reluctant to pay up. Simpson threatened to become an actor and skip professional football altogether. Eventually, Wilson agreed to pay Simpson. His professional football career started off a little shaky, but he later became the first player to break the highly coveted 2,000-yard rushing mark with 2,003 total rushing yards and 12 touchdowns. In 1978, he was traded to his hometown San Francisco to play for the 49ers, where he played 2 seasons. Even before his retirement from the NFL, Simpson embarked on a film career with parts in films such as TV miniseries Roots and the dramatic motion picture The Klansman, The Towering Inferno, The Cassandra Crossing, Capricorn 1, and comedic Back to the Beach, and the Naked Gun trilogy. Besides his acting career, Simpson worked as a commentator for Monday Night Football and the NFL on NBC. He also appeared in the audience of Saturday Night Live during his second season and hosted an episode during his third season. At age 19, on June 24, 1967, Simpson married Marguerite L. Whitley, who was also his childhood sweetheart. Together they had 3 children. Tragically, his third child drowned in the family swimming pool in 1979. Simpson met Nicole Brown in 1977 while she was working as a waitress at the nightclub The Daisy. Although still married to his first wife, Simpson began dating Brown. Simpson and Marguerite then divorced in March 1979. Brown and Simpson were married on February 2, 1985, 5 years after his retirement from professional football. The couple had 2 children, Sydney and Justin. The marriage lasted 7 years, during which Simpson pleaded no contest to spousal abuse in 1989. Brown filed for divorce on February 25, 1992. In 1993, after the divorce, Brown and Simpson made an attempt at reconciliation, but according to close family friends, they were a dramatic, fractious, mutually obsessed couple. and they were better off apart. On June 12, 1994, Nicole Brown Simpson and Ron Goldman were found stabbed to death outside Nicole's condominium in Brentwood, Los Angeles. Simpson was a person of interest in those murders. Simpson did not turn himself in, and on June 17th, he became the object of a low-speed pursuit in a white Ford Bronco SUV. TV stations interrupted coverage of the 1994 NBA Finals to broadcast the live incident.
Don't do this. All I did was love Nicole. All I did was love her. I understand. I love everybody. I tried to show everybody my whole life that I love everybody.
We know that. And everybody loves you. Especially your family, your mother, your kids, all your friends, AC. Everybody does. Don't do this. Just put it down or throw it out the window. And this will all go away. It's going to be a lot better tomorrow, believe me. Please. We'll let you go up to the house, but we need you to throw that out the window. We'll let you go up there, but we need you to throw the gun out the window. Please. What? If you throw it out the window, they're not going to have to do that. Okay? Hello? OJ, you still there?
Simpson's lawyers were referred to as his dream team. One of his dream team members included his close friend and defense attorney Robert Kardashian, whose permanent role in the case made him the center of speculation about whether Simpson was guilty. Following the murders of Brown and Goldman, Simpson fled to the Kardashians' home, where he stayed for days until taking off while pursued by police during the infamous slow-speed car chase. Kardashian also walked out of the Simpsons' home the day after the murders with a garment bag, which prosecutors speculated contained bloody clothing or the murder weapon. Those claims were never proved in court. Kardashian later said that he had doubts about Simpson's innocence, saying the blood evidence is the biggest thorn in my side that causes me the greatest problems. Kardashian's first wife, Kris, and 4 children, Kourtney, Kimberly, Khloe, and Robert, went on to become stars of the ETV show, Keeping Up with the Kardashians. He died in 2003 at the age of 59. The controversial investigator Mark Foreman, who found the infamous bloody glove, was accused of planning one of those gloves as a racist effort to frame Simpson for the killings. He testified that he had not used the N-word in 10 years. Multiple witnesses and an audio recording refuted his testimony, which resulted in pre-jury conviction. In what became the defining moment in the internationally publicized criminal trial of the century, Cochran, the head of Simpson's defense team, said of the glove, "If it doesn't fit, you must acquit." In court proceedings televised around the world, Simpson struggled to get the glove onto his hand. The jury wasn't convinced, and Simpson was eventually acquitted of the murder charges. Cochran later died March 2005 from inoperable brain tumor. He was 67. What has to be most disturbing of the murder of Nicole Simpson and Ron Goldman is that Nicole's children were sleeping in Nicole's house the night of the murder, where the murder actually took place. Despite being almost decapitated, Nicole had an open casket funeral. According to several witnesses, OJ walked up to the casket, kissed Nicole on the lips, and whispered what sounded like an apology in her ear, and continued to talk to her body for approximately 15 minutes. December 20, 1996. Simpson is awarded custody of his 2 children, ages 11 and 8. February 10, 1997, Simpson is ordered to pay $25 million in punitive damages to the families of Goldman and his ex-wife Nicole. So though he was not found guilty to the criminal trial, he was deemed liable for the victims' wrongful deaths in the civil suit. July 14, 1997, Simpson's California estate goes up for final auction for $2 million. In the late 1990s, Simpson moves to Miami suburbs. He lives in a $575,000 3-bedroom home with his daughter Sydney and son Justin. June 5th, 2001, the FBI investigates his Miami home in search for a possible drug ring and use of drugs. He is not arrested or charged. 2002, Simpson is issued a bench warrant relating to a boating accident. He was issued a ticket for speeding in a manatee zone and failed to show up for court. He was never arrested, instead paying a fine of $65. In September 2007, a group of men led by Simpson entered a room at the Palace Station Hotel Casino and took sports memorabilia at gunpoint, which resulted in Simpson being questioned by police. Simpson admitted to taking the items which he had said had been stolen from him, but he denied breaking into the hotel room. He also denied that he or anyone else carried a gun. He was released after questioning. 2 days later, Simpson was arrested and initially held without bail. Along with 3 other men, Simpson was charged with multiple felony counts, including criminal conspiracy, kidnapping, assault, robbery, and use of a deadly weapon. Bail was set at $125,000 with stipulations that Simpson have no contact with co-defendants and that he surrender his passport. Simpson did not enter Simpson was found guilty on 12 charges, including armed robbery and kidnapping. Prosecutors say he led a group of armed men who threatened the memorabilia dealers. He was sentenced to 33 years in prison. This past Thursday, July 20th, 2017, Simpson was granted parole after serving 9 years in prison for the 2007 robbery in Las Vegas. The murders of Ron Goldman and Nicole Simpson remain unsolved.